Morning, it is a Saturday and I'm about to go to a friend's birthday and I'm remembering another friend. We're talking about the book of Jonah. She spoke about something else, but I picked up something else. And I picked up this point around, which for me is going to be something I think I might start doing in 2026 to mind my business. Khona where you need to just mind your business, your own business. Hayi indaba zabantu. And the book of Jonah is very, very short. Like literally you can read it in a day. But really, really great. I'm going to try and apply this in 2026 to mind my business. Okay? Nagi indaba zam. That's what I'm going to do. But the story is quite interesting because there's a lot of lessons that are picked up from what the men that were on the boat did or did not do. So I'm going to take the book of Jonah. If you don't know, Jonah was running away from what the Lord had asked him to do, asked him to do. So he was not being obedient. So he was being disobedient. So he knew what he was supposed to do. And he's like, Andizi, I am going the opposite direction. And he gets to going to the opposite direction. And Konum Kumbi, Oya in the opposite direction. So, and I've heard her preach before saying, if you want to get out of God's will, you'll always have a ship to take you there. Nick joke, but it's true. Nansindab. So in the boat now, a storm hits it, bazofa, everyone is crying, ziyakhala, all of that stuff is happening. And then this is where I want to take it from verse 7. So Jonah 1, verse 7. The guys on the boat start to cost a lot. It's like ubani, who's causing this thing? The lot falls on Jonah. Like nangumuntu. So they use whatever powers they were using, and it points to Jonah. Umuntu wendaba. And if I go to verse 9, they pretty much go, what should we do? Ubani uphuma kuphi usitshela indaba yakho? And then he says, I'm a Hebrew, I fear the Lord, the God of heaven, who made the sea and the dry land. And then the men, exceedingly afraid, said to him, what is that you have done? For the men knew that he was fleeing from the presence of the Lord, because he had told them. Then verse 11, it says, then they said to him, what shall we do to you, that the sea may quieten down for us? For the sea grew more and more tempestuous. 12. He said to them, Azindam, because most of the time we know what we need to be doing. He says, pick me up and hurl me into the sea, then the sea will quieten down for you. For I know it is because of me that the great tempest has come upon you. Verse 13. Nevertheless, the men rowed hard. I think others say rowed harder. Verse 14. The men dug in their oars. Abanye bathi dug in their oars. If somebody was getting my back like this, like I'm a ride even harder for you. This is the situation. They're like, no man, we can't throw you over. We got you. We gonna ride for you. Lapho uJonah knows what they're supposed to do, and he lets them toil. But this is the scripture. It says, nevertheless, the men rowed hard to get back to dry land. This is the clincher. But they could not, for the sea grew more and more tempestuous against them. Therefore, they called out to the Lord, and, O Lord, let us not perish for this man's life. Bayathandaza bathi, okay, besidinga lento asayishilo. Ngicela bandla nisithethele lento sizoyenza. Like the fact that we need to throw him overboard, like that didn't even sit well with them. And lay not on our innocent blood for you, O Lord, have done as it for you, O Lord, have done as you please. So they picked up Jonah and hurled him into the sea, and the sea ceased its raging. Then the men feared the Lord exceedingly, and they offered a sacrifice to the Lord and made vows. Listen, if you didn't pick up the fact that in 2026, we need to be a lot more discerning from that scripture or that picture of Jonah and these men to actually be clear on what battles you need to go into, because there are some battles that you shouldn't be going into, especially when somebody knows the instruction they were given and they're being disobedient. Okay, have a great Saturday. Going to enjoy my friend's birthday today. Enjoy, have fun, and nagi indaba zakho in 2026.